Good morning. It's Sunday morning. Yeah, Sunday. Man, my head is pounding this morning. Actually cutting the walk short. I thought maybe getting the blood flowing and getting out and walking would help the headache, but I think it might be coming from my neck. I'm not sure. But yeah, I have a headache right now. Pretty bad. Scale went up yesterday, so the streak is over. After 5 losses in a row, the streak is over. We went up 0.4 yesterday, so I guess which could be, considering travel and all that stuff, could be definitely said, oh, that's a good thing considering you traveled and all that stuff. So it is what it is. Either way, I do what I do, right? And if I'm telling you guys all the time, the key to all of this is consistent behavior, I have to live that, right? Because my words are meaningless without action. And this is why, if you ever want to be this saying has been popping up in my mind lately, and basically the saying goes, I'm not even sure who said it, but it says, be the change you want to see, right? So if you have a family and everybody in the family is unhealthy, so be the change you want to see, right? Lead by the example. It's kind of what the last 6.5 years or so has definitely shown me, is that you can completely see who is pretending and who is doing. And the difference between who is pretending and who is doing is the results, right? Everybody can claim to be a tree farmer, or they can claim to be, say, an apple farmer, but if their trees don't produce fruit, are they really an apple farmer, right? And that's kind of like the idea. If you are a living example of what you are wanting other people to do, your actions will do much more for the situation than your words. People almost always dismiss what you have to say, especially those closest to you. They dismiss everything you have to say. If you need an example, try to figure out where Jesus did the least amount of his miracles. You would find that he did those in his home. He did the least amount of his miracles in his own hometown. and the people, it just shows you the perfect example of the people that you are closest to are never going to see who you've become. They're always going to see who you were. And that's not so much that's on them, right? It's not you that has to fix that. You have to lead by example no matter what, because eventually the whole planet had to accept the fact that you have changed and you have done things differently, because the fruit you produce in the process becomes the evidence of how you've changed, right? And so if you're unhappy with, say, not just you, but like your entire family or whatever, it all starts with you, right? If your parents had the same problem and your grandparents had the same problem, doesn't mean it doesn't make the situation genetic. It makes the behavior genetic. Okay? And if we accept the fact that things are genetic, then nothing ever changes, and this is why you have generation after generation after generation of the same result. But really, you have generation after generation after generation of the same work. And if you have the same work, you're going to get the same result, right? So if you don't like that, if you don't like that your result isn't really, like it's not evident that you're doing it, then there's something different that needs to be done. And for a lot of people, it's as simple as breaking the cycle of behavior, which is simple to say, but extremely hard to do. And that's really, so many of us don't realize that we want to adopt a few rules that, whatever program we choose a program, they have rules. And we don't even adopt all of them. We just say, okay, I'm comfortable doing this, I'm comfortable doing that, I'm not comfortable doing that, I won't do that, right? And you do that, and you do that with everything. You decide what you're comfortable doing. And the thing is, even the littlest change brings success. But the growth is only evident when you run out of success and know that there's something else to change. Some other thing that needs to change in the process. Do you understand? Because every little change you make brings some sort of success. And that's why I say to you, this is all incrementally done. There are lessons learned along the way. What is an obstacle today it should not be an obstacle years from now, because all that's evidence of is no growth. You should have new obstacles all of the time. When you do your best, when you work hard and you conquer an obstacle, a new one will present itself. And trust me, I'm not talking out of my ass here. There are plenty of obstacles in front of you. You only see the one, and you think this one is insurmountable. But nothing is impossible. Nothing. And you can do everything you set your mind to if you actually are willing to change. The thing is, your will has to align with your words, right? And for a lot of people, they're willing to do it, whatever it is, as long as it's not uncomfortable. They don't want to get uncomfortable. And the thing is, becoming healthy is the hardest thing you'll ever do. And it is the most uncomfortable thing you'll ever do. And it is mind, body, spirit. It's a threefold thing. It all comes together. Does that mean it goes at the same time? No. You can attack it one at a time. But the thing is, you have to be willing to go through the fire. Willing to go through the fire. That's the separating factor from anybody who's starting and anybody who actually finishes. Gets to the end, becomes the greatest version of themselves. That's what this is about. This is not about achieving a scale result. It's not about achieving lifetime. All of these things are just nonsensical details that get added to the process to make you feel like you've done something. This is all about good morning. Morning. This is all about becoming the greatest version of yourself, the version of yourself that you were created by God to be. All of this leads to that. All of this. And just because our struggles are with food, everybody's got them. Everybody's got struggles. And the struggles are there, or call them obstacles, right? The obstacles are there so that you can improve that, and then you are presented with another one. Each one forging the person you are supposed to be at the end of all of this. Because in the end, the greatest version of you does not have the issues you have, does not have the addictions you have, does not have any of the things. They are perfectly in tune with their mind, their body, and their spirit in order to create the world, or to even start the creation of a world where everyone realizes that's what it's all about. It's Sunday, it's the Lord's Day, it's family day. Enjoy your family, enjoy your worship. There's some football on too, and enjoy your Sunday. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all.